idea what the weather is because Marv's not here. And my immediate apologies to Marv Albert, Kevin Harlan, Brian Anderson, but not Iron Eagle as we take on players only. Excited to be here with you guys, of course.
And Brent, you talked about Indiana winning their first meeting. A team like Houston is going to remember that, wanting to send a message, expect them to try to come out early and knock these pages. Brent, there was so much expectations with this team, with the additions in the offseason. People had predicted them to be a team maybe to contend with Cleveland in the Eastern Conference as Capello.
The Rockets, after giving up 130-plus points to the Timberwolves, as Ryan Anderson knocks down
There's some room for improvement, and it looks good thus far.
That's a heck of a tip as Teague get WNBA MVP and two-time WNBA champ and Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie as Ariza gets the dunk.
Point shots are getting to the rim. As you can see, it's very successful when they're knocking down the free ball. But guys, have you ever had a coach tell you?
Years ago, he was an all-star, played at an elite level. But he was sort of the go-to guy for Indiana, a guy who could get baskets as Anderson.
The most in a season by Teletovic was 179. So these guys, at least Eric Gordon's probably going to break that record
Thus far, and he's played in most of the games here for Houston.
They inside on the roll.
A break for Harden, if you will, who obviously never wants to come out of the game. But I think Lou Williams will provide that scoring opportunity. He's a player that can create.
Not Robinson. Glenn Robinson and I could play in this era.
Beautiful move, Eric Gordon. Control the pass. It gets over the rim. Here comes Stuckey for the Pacers. In transition, beautiful finish. Rodney stuck at their bench play. You see the 10-2 run. So they're getting themselves back into the game. A little bit of rhythm as Harden finds his way to the rim.
Gives himself a chance to continue to work this game in the second quarter.
Go flex action backdoor. Monte Ellis left side. He scores. On the scoring side of things for Nate. Now a steal by Stuckey. That's good.
And to your point, Derek, defending the post like they used to be. And so you see more turnovers with guys trying to enter the ball into the block as Harden penetrates there.
Without a doubt, chippies and deep. Look, the Rockets give up 48 points in the paint. As Lou Williams.
They're playing to their strength because they move the ball around. Just playing freelance basketball or taking good shots and just playing defense. Yeah.
And so for me, growing up watching you and your ability to dominate, I mean, obviously doing a great job with this style of basketball here. But do you think overall, when you look at the league, is the post player, the traditional post player?
That's kind of the problem, right, Grant?
Yeah, you know, that guy from that school in Chapel Hill.
For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
We're 3 for 3 on the promos. And Eric Gordon would hang of that, trust me. Monte Ellis working off the high double screen. Christmas on the roll, and a nice finish there. Paul George open over Decker, and that's no good. Offensive board for the Pacers, and Paul George reloads. That's good. Now, gonna have to D up on the block. Young, see if he works his way. Goes to the offhand, stays to the three, and back come the Pacers. Inside to see Miles Turner can get it going. Nice dime inside to Young, and finally on the...
I used to always ask my teammates, who are you when we're down? See, it's always good. Anybody can play great.
The screen. Teague with a good job recovering, and now Harden over the top, and that banks in. Teague getting pressure, gets the ball back. Young picks another one up off the deck, and Turner for three. There we go.
Second chance opportunities, as you said, Fitz.
Teague to Turner, left hand, that's good. Lead for the Pacers. They're up 1 point here in the second. Harden to the lane, to the nade. 9 points in the second quarter for the Pacers. Their highest second quarter of the season as Ariza slips in.
To make some threes.
And the Pacers, as Harden was able to get a steal and a finish, really had their opponent shooting 44% on threes. They've done a good job here tonight to see if they can continue.
Back on top now, working on Teague. Capella on the roll. Swing pass to Ryan Anderson, and there it is. OKC team Durant and Westbrook, and then all of a sudden he comes here with the complement of players to CJ.
And they win a game when the pace is a little bit slower. If you play with some purpose on offense, to keep the Rockets having to sit down and play defense as Miles Turner gets.
Well, you know, Grant, I'm sorry, I thought that was Grant talking. You know, the thing for me is that they don't necessarily change their identity that much. So when it comes to defense, I think they're just going to hang their hat on trying to outscore teams.
And to get to a point where maybe they're 7th or 8th, he feels like they can get there. But he also said, Fish, that they're going to play small at times. With Lou Williams, you'll feel extremely confident that they'll outscore anybody that tries to do that.
One of the reasons they've been so successful this season.
Threes, even if they're not connected.
Nice delivery from Paul George with the pass. James goes right past Teague, lays it out. Wow, right to Capella. Position, the 5 spot.
All great players. Miles Turner worked out for us in New York. As Eric Gordon knocks down the corner 3 and
3-point shots, Derek, off the front of the rim for the Rockets tonight.
Yeah, the Rockets tonight looking to be one of
some periods where you'll have these lulls, and but they're still explosive and still capable as Jeff Teague gets to the basket for another.
George, he has to be the guy night in and night out that applies pressure to their opponent.
Nate McMillan talked about that backcourt connection as Ellis will work off LeBoy Allen. He's in the slip mode. Kick out for Stuckey. That's good. Them stepping up, so maybe a little bit of a letdown for Houston, thinking that Paul George has got to do everything for them as Harden does everything for the Rockets.
Fish, you were one of the best. You got a couple on me back in the day.
Stuckey and ISO on Beverly at the top. 3 on the way, that's good. Ellis in at that second unit and changed the pace of the game, which they're doing right now. Another stop. Stuckey in transition, bounce pass to Ellis and a dunk.
Getting out in transition, making multiple efforts on the defensive end, doing a great job against these Rockets. Monte Ellis turns the ball over. Pacers have been playing well, but
it's always interesting when you have the second unit in, Fish, what kind of sets you go to, where you can try to find the offense.
They continue to work this game.
Williams on the break after 3. So they did have the lead after 3 in this one, but fourth quarter toughness is something that he is desperately needing.
Multiple guys touching it, and you get a high percentage shot in the paint.
Capella up top.
Second chance point is the area that they need to improve in the most. They have to do a much better job of boxing out and not giving up.
Defends the rest of the game. Kick out to Stuckey right side. Rattles out. Great job by LeBoy Allen battling on the inside. Teague over the top to Turner.
27 assists. A team of guys that are known for being one-on-one players, sharing the ball as Monte Ellis right on cue.
Teague works off the dribble handoff to the inside, blocked by Anderson. Outlet to Williams. And a great finish on the break there. Out to Beverly, swinging. One more. Pacers scrambling. And Lou Williams knocks down the left wing. Harden swings it to Lou Williams. Chance to get the foul. Does he get 4? He does!
Was make or miss here. Your transition defense back and getting matched up to the Rockets shooters.
Beverly having to dig down deep, and it ricochets off the shoulder, so they're going to... From the baseline, pressure from the Rockets. Paul George, quick kick, Miles for 3. That's good. What a great tap pass from Paul George. 4 in the second half in that right corner. He's been deadly. Harden now working off the high pick and roll. 3 on the way. That's no good. Rebound, Paul George and Beverly. And with Indiana up 5, it's got to be a foul game now for the Rockets. Lou Williams trying to get the hold finally.
And you can win close games on the road. Hopefully this is something they can build on.
Lou Williams out of the timeout, short on that 3, another. And that'll wrap it up for the Pacers as they step into Houston, where the Rockets sat at 22-7. And Mike D'Antoni leaves the court. James Harden leaving it as well, scratching his head. And the Pacers dig in and have one heck of an effort on the road.
Great road win for the Pacers. They've been inconsistent all season long.